The classic model that we think about today for processing language involves typically Wernicke's area and Broca's area, and then a fiber pathway between those two areas, the arcuate fasciculus. But now what we've learned is that language is much more rich than that. It's much more interesting than that. The number of connections and fiber pathways that support language are many, many more than we ever thought. And the areas of the brain that help to process language are also many, many more than we previously thought. So whereas before it was sort of two language areas and a fiber track between them, now we know it's many different areas of the brain, not only in the left hemisphere, but in the right hemisphere as well, with lots of connections between them, many fiber pathways that connect regions within the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere as well. So it's much more fun than it used to be, much more interesting. So the interaction between language and other cognitive systems is really, really important for us to understand. Language doesn't work by itself. It interacts with other cognitive systems. It has to interact with the visual system, the attention system, the executive functioning system, in order to really be a rich source of communication like what we're doing right now. So it's mandatory that there be interaction between language and other cognitive skills, especially when we get to advanced problem solving. The point where language and cognition really meet is when we have to do complex problem solving. So frequently, if we need to solve a problem that we think is just a visual problem, but it requires extra reasoning, we as humans naturally tend to bring in our language skills to that task. So language interacts at that point with cognition so that we can do the more complicated things in language and in problem solving. They depend on each other. So people with brain injuries have taught us a lot about what we know about how language is processed in the brain. But at the same time, we can take that information and turn it around to help people who've had brain injuries. If we understand the language system better and the brain areas that support it, then we have more information to present to our patients about what happened to them, to their caregivers, so they understand what's going on. And then also to look for new treatment techniques or compensatory strategies that they can use to help recover from the brain injury.